Path of Stoicism: How to Become a Stoic in the Modern World. Man is disturbed not by things but by the views he takes of them. Epictetus. Imagine navigating through life's challenges with the unshakable tranquility of a seasoned sailor amidst a storm. In today's fast-paced and often chaotic world, how can we cultivate such resilience and peace? Welcome to Stoic In Your Life, where we explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and its powerful application in our daily lives. Picture this. You're standing at a crossroads, faced with uncertainty and unexpected setbacks. The rain is pouring down, and the streets are flooding, preventing you from stepping outside. You're struggling with financial burdens, worried about interest rates, or watching your investments crumble. Perhaps you've even faced the sting of losing your job without severance. How do you maintain your composure and inner peace amidst such turmoil? In this video, we delve into the core principles of Stoicism, offering practical guidance on how to become a Stoic in the modern world. Join us on this transformative journey as we unlock the secrets of ancient philosophy to empower you to face life's challenges with courage, wisdom, and serenity. 1. Modern problems and Stoic solutions. In our bustling, chaotic modern world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the relentless onslaught of challenges that seem to hit us from every angle. From the stress of demanding jobs to the constant noise of social media and the pressure to meet ever-growing expectations. It's no wonder that many of us lie awake at night, haunted by anxiety and plagued by a sense of despair. However, there is a timeless philosophy that offers a sanctuary from this turmoil: Stoicism. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, we can learn to remain grounded, serene, and resilient, no matter what modern problems come our way. As the renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This fundamental truth is the cornerstone of Stoicism and a guiding light for navigating the complexities of contemporary life. At the heart of Stoicism lies the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. This simple yet profound insight can transform our approach to life's challenges. In our daily lives, we often waste precious energy worrying about things we cannot change: the opinions of others, the outcomes of events, or the passage of time. By recognizing that our true power lies in our responses and attitudes, we can reclaim a sense of peace and focus. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic sage, wisely advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is particularly relevant today, as we are bombarded with information and distractions. Cultivating the ability to focus on what we can control allows us to navigate our lives with intention and clarity. A central tenet of Stoic practice is the cultivation of virtue: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues serve as a moral compass, guiding our actions and decisions. In the face of modern dilemmas, from ethical quandaries at work to personal conflicts, adhering to these virtues can provide a clear path forward. Wisdom involves making thoughtful and informed decisions. Courage empowers us to face adversity with fortitude. Justice ensures we treat others with fairness and respect. And temperance helps us maintain balance and self-control. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, emphasized, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." By living virtuously, we align ourselves with a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment, independent of external circumstances. Stoicism also teaches us the value of mindfulness and presence. In a world that never seems to stop moving, learning to be fully present in each moment can significantly reduce stress and enhance our well-being. This is not about ignoring our responsibilities or future goals, but rather about engaging with our current actions wholeheartedly. As Epictetus noted, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. By focusing on the here and now, we can prevent our minds from spiraling into unnecessary worry and instead direct our energy towards what truly matters. Another powerful Stoic practice is the premeditation of adversity. This involves mentally preparing for potential challenges and setbacks before they occur. Far from being a pessimistic outlook, this exercise helps us build resilience and reduces the impact of unexpected difficulties. This practice is akin to modern cognitive behavioral techniques that emphasize the importance of preparedness and mental fortitude. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to embrace the concept of amor fati, or the love of fate. This means accepting and even loving whatever happens, understanding that every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity for growth and learning. Instead of resisting or resenting our circumstances, we can choose to see them as integral parts of our journey. Nietzsche, influenced by Stoic thought, beautifully captured this idea. My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Not merely bear what is necessary, still less conceal it, but love it. In modern life, we often find ourselves trapped in a cycle of constant striving and dissatisfaction. Stoicism offers a way out by teaching us to appreciate what we have and find contentment in the present moment. This does not mean we should abandon our ambitions, but rather that we should pursue them with a sense of gratitude and mindfulness. By focusing on what we can control, living virtuously, staying present, preparing for adversity, and embracing our fate, we can cultivate a resilient and serene mindset. Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy. It is a practical guide for modern living. Its teachings are timeless and deeply relevant to the challenges we face today. By integrating Stoic principles into our daily lives, we can develop the strength to face adversity with calmness, the wisdom to make sound decisions, and the serenity to find peace in any situation. As we embark on this journey of becoming modern Stoics, let us remember the words of Epictetus. No man is free who is not master of himself. By mastering ourselves, we can navigate the modern world with grace and resilience, turning obstacles into opportunities and challenges into triumphs. Embrace Stoicism and discover a path to inner peace and unshakable strength amidst the chaos of contemporary life. 2. Understanding Stoicism. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, holds the key to transforming our vulnerability to the chaotic universe into a state of serene indifference. Imagine a world where you are no longer tossed around by the whims of fate, but instead stand firm with an unshakable peace of mind. This philosophy, however, is not merely an intellectual exercise. It demands diligent practice, commitment, and sometimes sacrifice. Becoming a Stoic in the modern world involves embracing the core principles of Stoicism and applying them to everyday life. The foundation of Stoicism is built on 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are timeless, guiding us to live in harmony with nature and reason. Wisdom, the ability to navigate life with sound judgment, helps us discern what is within our control and what is not. Courage empowers us to face challenges and adversities with strength and resolve. Justice ensures we treat others with fairness and kindness, fostering a sense of community and interconnectedness. Temperance teaches us to practice self-control and moderation, avoiding the extremes of excess and deficiency. One of the most profound teachings of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously stated, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This wisdom teaches us to focus our energy on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while accepting what we cannot change with equanimity. This principle is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced, unpredictable world, where we often feel overwhelmed by events beyond our control. Consider the story of Jane, a young professional navigating the pressures of a demanding job and personal life. Jane often found herself stressed and anxious about her work performance, fearing she might disappoint her boss or colleagues. She would lose sleep over impending deadlines and feel a constant weight on her shoulders. However, upon discovering Stoicism, Jane began to shift her perspective. She realized that while she couldn't control her boss's reactions or the outcome of every project, she could control her effort, attitude, and how she managed her time. By focusing on what she could control, Jane found a sense of peace and clarity. She began to approach her tasks with calm determination, accepting that she could only do her best and leave the rest to fate. Stoicism also teaches the importance of living in accordance with nature. This means understanding our place in the world and recognizing that we are all part of a larger whole. The Stoics believed that by aligning our actions with the natural order, we could achieve a state of eudaimonia, or flourishing. This concept encourages us to live virtuously and to fulfill our roles in society with integrity and purpose. In the context of modern life, this might mean finding balance between our personal ambitions and our responsibilities to others, whether in our families, workplaces, or communities. A key aspect of Stoic practice is mindfulness and reflection. The Stoics advocated for regular self-examination, asking ourselves questions like, am I acting according to my values? And how can I improve? This practice helps us stay aligned with our principles and make deliberate choices. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, kept a personal journal where he reflected on his thoughts and actions. His meditations serve as a timeless guide for those seeking to cultivate inner strength and wisdom. In our modern context, journaling can be a powerful tool for self-improvement. Take a few moments each day to write down your thoughts, challenges, and triumphs. Reflect on your actions and consider how you can better embody the Stoic virtues. This simple practice can bring clarity to your mind and help you navigate life's ups and downs with greater resilience. Let's delve into another story, this time about David, a father and husband facing financial difficulties. David's business was struggling and he feared he wouldn't be able to provide for his family. The stress and worry began to take a toll on his health and relationships. However, through studying Stoicism, David learned to focus on what he could control. He couldn't predict the market or force clients to choose his services, but he could control his efforts, his approach to problem solving, and how he communicated with his family. By adopting a Stoic mindset, David found the strength to persevere. He became more resourceful, looking for creative solutions and opportunities to adapt. Moreover, he learned to cherish the moments with his family, finding solace in their support and love, which were constants he could rely on. Stoicism also emphasizes the impermanence of all things. By acknowledging the transient nature of life, we learn to appreciate the present moment and not become overly attached to material possessions or fleeting pleasures. This doesn't mean we should live in fear of loss, but rather, we should cultivate gratitude for what we have and maintain a balanced perspective. This teaching can be incredibly liberating, freeing us from the endless pursuit of external validation and allowing us to find contentment within ourselves. How can we apply this in our daily lives? Begin by practicing gratitude and acceptance. Each day, remind yourself of the things you are grateful for and acknowledge the impermanent nature of all things. This can help shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering a sense of inner peace and satisfaction. As we journey on the path of Stoicism, it's important to remember that this philosophy is not about suppressing emotions, but rather understanding and managing them. Stoics believe in experiencing emotions fully, but not allowing them to dominate our lives. By cultivating emotional resilience, we can face life's challenges with a calm and composed mind. Let's reflect on the ultimate goal of Stoicism, to live a life of virtue and purpose. Ask yourself, am I living according to my values? Am I contributing to the greater good? These questions can guide your actions and decisions, helping you to lead a meaningful and fulfilling life. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that can help us navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and resilience. By focusing on what we can control, living in accordance with nature, practicing mindfulness, and embracing the impermanence of life, we can cultivate inner peace and strength. The journey requires effort and dedication, but the rewards, a life of virtue, purpose, and tranquility, are well worth it. What steps will you take today to begin your own Stoic journey? 3. The Stoics Work. Embarking on the path of Stoicism in the modern world is a journey of profound transformation, one that equips you with timeless wisdom to navigate the complexities of contemporary life. Imagine for a moment a life where external events do not dictate your inner peace, where the chaos of the world does not disrupt your calm. This is the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to recognize and embrace what is within our control while gracefully accepting what is not. The foundation of Stoicism rests on a simple yet powerful principle. We can only control our reactions, not the events themselves. This might sound straightforward, but let's delve deeper. Every day, we encounter countless situations, from trivial annoyances to significant challenges. Traffic jams, job rejections, unexpected expenses, or even personal losses are all part of life's unpredictable nature. While we might influence outcomes through our actions, the ultimate occurrence of these events is beyond our control. The Stoics' work, therefore, is to cultivate a mindset that remains steadfast, regardless of external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the core of Stoic practice. By focusing on our internal responses rather than external events, we harness a power that leads to true resilience and serenity. But how do we apply this wisdom practically in our daily lives? Start by examining your daily routine and identifying situations where you typically feel stressed or anxious. Ask yourself, is this within my control? For instance, you might worry about an upcoming presentation at work. While you can prepare thoroughly, the audience's reaction is not something you can control. By shifting your focus from the outcome to your preparation, you alleviate unnecessary stress and become more effective in your efforts. Stoicism also teaches us to anticipate challenges and prepare mentally for them. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils, involves visualizing potential obstacles and setbacks. By doing so, you reduce their impact when they occur because you have already mentally rehearsed your response. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, advises, "He robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming beforehand." This foresight is not about pessimism, but about readiness and resilience. In the modern context, let's consider the pervasive influence of social media. We often find ourselves comparing our lives to the seemingly perfect lives of others, leading to feelings of inadequacy and discontent. However, the Stoic approach reminds us that we cannot control the curated realities others present. What we can control is our perception and response. By practicing gratitude and focusing on our own journey, we shield ourselves from the negativity that comparison breeds. Another vital aspect of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a former slave turned influential Stoic teacher, emphasized, "Some things are in our control and others not. Things in our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever are our own actions. Things not in our control are body, property, reputation, command, and in one word, whatever are not our own actions." Reflect on this wisdom and consider how much time and energy you spend on things beyond your control. By redirecting your focus to what you can influence, your thoughts, actions, and attitudes, you cultivate a more empowered and peaceful existence. Now let's talk about how Stoicism can improve your relationships. Often, conflicts arise from our desire to control others' behavior or reactions. By embracing the Stoic principle of control, you learn to let go of unrealistic expectations and accept people as they are. This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent. Rather, it involves practicing empathy and understanding. When you approach interactions with a mindset of acceptance and focus on your own responses, you foster healthier and more harmonious relationships. Consider this scenario. You are in a heated argument with a friend. Instead of trying to change their perspective, focus on expressing your thoughts calmly and clearly. Recognize that their reaction is beyond your control. This shift in approach not only de-escalates the situation, but also strengthens your emotional resilience. How might your relationships change if you adopted this mindset more often? Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to live in accordance with nature and virtue. This means aligning our actions with our highest values and the natural order of the world. In today's fast-paced society, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Take a moment to reflect on your core values. Are your daily actions aligned with them? For example, if you value integrity, ensure that your actions reflect honesty and authenticity, even when it's challenging. The Stoic practice of mindfulness, akin to modern-day meditation, is another powerful tool. By staying present and observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we gain greater control over our reactions. This mindfulness allows us to pause before responding, ensuring our actions are guided by reason rather than impulse. Try incorporating a few minutes of mindfulness into your daily routine. How does this shift your perspective and improve your sense of control? As we navigate the uncertainties of the modern world, Stoicism offers a guiding light. It teaches us to find strength within ourselves and to face life's challenges with grace and equanimity. By recognizing the limits of our control and focusing on our internal responses, we cultivate a resilient spirit capable of weathering any storm. Ask yourself, what areas of your life can benefit from the Stoic principle of control? How can you shift your focus from external events to your internal reactions? Embrace this ancient wisdom and watch as it transforms your approach to life, bringing you peace, clarity, and enduring strength. The path of Stoicism is not about detachment from the world, but about engaging with it in a way that preserves your inner tranquility and aligns your actions with your deepest values. How will you start your journey towards becoming a Stoic in the modern world? Thank you for joining us. How do you incorporate Stoic principles into your daily life? And what challenges have you faced along the way? If you're not sure what to write, share a specific example of how you've applied a Stoic principle to your daily life, or ask a question you've been wondering about practicing Stoicism. 4. Zenos Analogy. In our bustling, ever-changing world, many men between the ages of 30 to 65 find themselves seeking a philosophy that offers both resilience and serenity. Enter Stoicism, an ancient school of thought that provides timeless wisdom for our contemporary challenges. As we embark on this journey, let's delve into an enlightening analogy by the Stoic philosopher Zeno of Citium, which perfectly encapsulates the Stoic perspective and offers profound insights into how we can align ourselves with the flow of life, rather than resist it. Zeno of Citium illustrated the Stoic position through a vivid analogy of a dog being tied to a cart. Imagine this: a dog tethered to a moving cart. If the dog decides to follow, it moves effortlessly alongside the cart, its actions in harmony with necessity. However, if the dog resists, it is still compelled to move, but now it is dragged, enduring discomfort and resistance. This cart symbolizes the forces and events beyond our control, the vast, unpredictable happenings of the universe. The leash represents our connection to these events. Our choices are stark, either to move in sync with the cart, accepting and adapting to the flow of life, or to resist and suffer the consequences. To truly become Stoic is to choose the former path, to run willingly with the cart. This analogy is not just a historical relic, but a practical guide for modern life. We often face situations that are beyond our control, be it a sudden job loss, a health crisis, or unexpected changes in our personal lives. The Stoic approach urges us to accept these events with equanimity, understanding that our power lies not in altering these occurrences, but in our response to them. As Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By focusing on our reactions, we reclaim our power and cultivate a sense of inner peace amidst external chaos. To expand on this, let's consider how we might apply Zenos Analogy to everyday scenarios. Imagine you're at work, and a major project suddenly falls through due to circumstances beyond your control. The immediate reaction might be frustration or disappointment. However, by adopting a Stoic mindset, you recognize that while the project's failure is outside your control, how you respond is entirely within your grasp. Instead of dwelling on the setback, you can choose to see it as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve your approach for future endeavors. This shift in perspective not only reduces stress, but also fosters resilience and continuous personal growth. Similarly, in personal relationships, we often encounter misunderstandings or conflicts that seem unavoidable. The Stoic principle of accepting what we cannot control can be immensely liberating here. Rather than trying to change the other person's behavior or getting entangled in emotional turmoil, we can focus on our own actions and attitudes. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, advised, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By nurturing positive and rational thoughts, we can maintain harmony in our relationships and navigate conflicts with grace and composure." Another crucial aspect of Stoicism is the concept of amor fati, or the love of one's fate. This idea encourages us to embrace everything that happens in our lives, even the challenging parts, as essential pieces of our personal journey. When we learn to love our fate, we stop seeing ourselves as victims of circumstance and start viewing every experience as a stepping stone towards growth and wisdom. This doesn't mean passively accepting every hardship, but rather actively finding the silver lining and lessons within them. As Friedrich Nietzsche, who was deeply influenced by Stoic thought, famously said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." Embracing this mindset transforms obstacles into opportunities for strength and development. In the context of modern life, embracing Stoicism can significantly improve our mental well-being. The pressures of contemporary living, constant connectivity, the fast pace of change, and the endless pursuit of success can lead to burnout and anxiety. Stoicism offers a counterbalance, reminding us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. By doing so, we cultivate a sense of tranquility and resilience that shields us from the relentless demands of the external world. Consider the practice of mindfulness, which is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. By being present and fully engaged in the current moment, we can better manage stress and make more thoughtful decisions. This practice aligns with the Stoic emphasis on living in accordance with nature, which includes being mindful of our thoughts and actions. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, advised, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." In our daily routines, this might translate to taking a few moments each day to reflect, breathe, and appreciate the present, thus fostering a more balanced and contented life. The path of Stoicism offers profound and practical wisdom for navigating the complexities of modern life. By internalizing the lessons from Zenos Analogy and embracing the core principles of Stoicism, acceptance of what we cannot control, focusing on our responses, and cultivating a love for our fate, we can lead lives marked by resilience, serenity, and fulfillment. As we continue on this journey, let us remember the words of Epictetus. "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." By refining our judgments and aligning our actions with the natural flow of life, we become true Stoics, capable of facing any challenge with unwavering strength and calm. 5. Modern applications of Stoicism. Back to our story. Picture yourself at work, relying on your trusty espresso machine to get through the day. Suddenly, your supervisor informs you that it's being removed, no more free daily coffee. This scenario, while seemingly trivial, can feel quite devastating. Yet how you react is entirely within your control. You cannot dictate the presence of the machine, but you can decide how to respond. You can either embrace the change, recognizing that it's beyond your control, or you can let it ruin your day, feeling dragged down by the loss. This situation mirrors the core tenets of Stoicism. In life, countless events are beyond our control, but what remains firmly within our grasp is our reaction. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on our internal state rather than external circumstances. Imagine a modern-day Stoic facing the same situation. Instead of lamenting the loss of free coffee, they would calmly acknowledge the situation and perhaps find a new way to enjoy their break time. One powerful story of applying Stoicism in modern life comes from James, a software engineer in a bustling tech company. Every day, he relied on his commute time to mentally prepare for the day ahead. One morning, a major traffic jam disrupted his routine. Instead of succumbing to frustration, James remembered the Stoic principle that while he couldn't control the traffic, he could control his reaction to it. He used the extra time to listen to an enlightening podcast and practice deep breathing exercises. By the time he arrived at work, he was calm and collected, ready to tackle the day's challenges. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and stress. But Stoicism offers a path to serenity and resilience. How often do you let external events dictate your mood or day? What if instead you focused on controlling your response? This shift in mindset can transform your daily experiences. Consider another example. Sarah, a marketing manager, was blindsided by an unexpected project deadline. Initially overwhelmed, she paused and applied the Stoic technique of framing, viewing the situation from a different perspective. She realized this was an opportunity to showcase her skills and improve her time management. By focusing on what she could control, Sarah not only met the deadline, but exceeded expectations. The ancient Stoics, like Epictetus, often emphasized the dichotomy of control. What is within our control and what is not? Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Reflect on this. How might your life change if you fully embrace this principle? Could it help you navigate disappointments and challenges with greater ease? In the workplace, adopting a Stoic approach can enhance your resilience and productivity. Instead of reacting impulsively to setbacks, take a moment to assess the situation. Is it within your control? If not, let go of the emotional turmoil and focus on your next steps. This mindset not only reduces stress, but also fosters a proactive and positive outlook. One practical application is the Stoic exercise of premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils. By mentally preparing for potential obstacles, you can reduce their impact. For instance, if you anticipate a difficult conversation with a colleague, consider possible outcomes and how you might respond calmly. This preparation can make you more resilient in the face of adversity. Picture you're at the end of a long, challenging day. You're feeling drained and frustrated. Now, picture yourself applying Stoic principles, taking a deep breath, acknowledging your feelings without judgment, and focusing on what you can do to improve your situation. Maybe it's a simple act of self-care, like taking a walk or reading a good book. These small, mindful choices can make a significant difference. To deepen your understanding and practice of Stoicism, engage with the teachings of Stoic philosophers. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations offers timeless wisdom, encouraging reflection on one's actions and thoughts. Seneca's letters provide practical advice on dealing with life's challenges. By incorporating these teachings into your daily routine, you can cultivate a Stoic mindset. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or being indifferent to life's events. It's about developing a balanced perspective, where you acknowledge your emotions, but don't let them control you. It's about understanding that true power lies in how you respond to the world around you. The path of Stoicism in the modern world is about shifting your focus from what you cannot control to what you can. It's about cultivating inner peace and resilience in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. Next time you face an unexpected change or challenge, remember the espresso machine. Ask yourself, how can I respond in a way that aligns with my values and maintains my inner tranquility? By doing so, You'll not only navigate life's difficulties with greater ease, but also inspire those around you to adopt a Stoic approach to their own challenges. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics, and let it guide you towards a more serene and resilient life. 6. Improving inner self. Think about the moment that you're embarking on a journey, not a physical one, but an inward voyage toward becoming the best version of yourself. This journey, rooted in the timeless teachings of Stoicism, offers you a profound path to inner tranquility and resilience. The ultimate aim here is to cultivate a resilient and serene inner self, one that remains steadfast regardless of the chaos swirling around you. It's about finding true happiness from within, rather than depending on external circumstances that are often beyond your control. As the renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In the Stoic worldview, everything that occurs has a cause, but we often find ourselves powerless over these causes. This concept is known as compatibilism, where determinism and free will coexist. Think about it. You can decide not to indulge in that tempting piece of cake, but the craving itself is something you didn't choose. This illustrates the Stoic principle that while we can't control the external triggers or impulses, we have complete control over our reactions and actions. Reflecting on this can be incredibly liberating. Consider the last time you felt frustrated or disappointed. Was it because something outside of your control didn't go your way? How did you respond? This isn't to say we shouldn't strive to improve our external conditions. Imagine your car breaks down. To get it fixed, you need to make the effort to call a mechanic and set up an appointment. The car won't repair itself. Yet, even with all your effort, the mechanic might turn out to be dishonest and disappear with your car. In such a case, Stoicism teaches that self-blame is futile and misplaced, because the outcome was beyond your control. As Marcus Aurelius aptly put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Now think about how often we tie our happiness to external events. We might believe that getting a promotion, buying a new house, or receiving praise will bring us lasting happiness. However, the Stoics caution us against this mindset. When we hinge our well-being on factors outside our control, we set ourselves up for inevitable disappointment. The external world is unpredictable and ever-changing, and pinning our hopes on it is like building a house on sand. Instead, true contentment comes from within, from cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, and self-discipline. To delve deeper, let's consider the Stoic practice of negative visualization. This involves imagining possible misfortunes to prepare ourselves emotionally and mentally for life's unpredictability. It might sound counterintuitive, but by contemplating potential setbacks, we reduce their emotional impact and appreciate the present moment more fully. Have you ever prepared yourself for the worst, only to find that when things didn't go as planned, you handled it better than you expected? This technique helps us build resilience, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Moreover, the Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and reactions. This focus shifts our energy from fruitless worrying about uncontrollable events to constructive action within our sphere of influence. Seneca wisely noted, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This perspective urges us to cultivate gratitude and contentment with what we have, rather than constantly seeking more and more. A practical way to integrate Stoicism into your daily life is through the practice of journaling. At the end of each day, reflect on your actions and thoughts. Ask yourself, did I respond to challenges with patience and understanding? Did I let external events dictate my mood? How can I improve tomorrow? This introspective practice not only aligns with Stoic teachings, but also promotes continuous personal growth. How often do you take a moment to reflect on your day and your reactions to it? Another powerful Stoic tool is the dichotomy of control, which categorizes things into what we can and cannot control. By clearly distinguishing between the two, we can better allocate our mental and emotional resources. For instance, you can control your effort in preparing for a job interview, but not the final decision of the employer. By focusing on your preparation and accepting the outcome, whatever it may be, you can maintain inner peace. How might your stress levels change if you fully embrace this principle in your daily life? Incorporating Stoic principles into modern living doesn't mean renouncing all desires or external goals. Instead, it's about finding a balanced approach where we pursue our goals with determination and equanimity, understanding that our peace of mind comes from within. By doing so, we become more resilient and less reactive to the vicissitudes of life. As you navigate your own journey, remember the words of Epictetus: "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Embracing Stoicism in the modern world is about transforming your inner self. It's about realizing that while you can't control external events, you have the power to control your reactions, cultivate inner peace, and live a fulfilled life. So, what steps will you take today to begin this transformation? How will you apply these timeless teachings to enhance your life and build a resilient, serene inner self? Reflect on these questions and let them guide you on your Stoic journey. If you've made it this far, you're on the path to becoming a true Stoic. Drop a comment saying, "I embrace the Stoic way," to show your commitment to this transformative journey. Stick around, the best is yet to come. 7. Implementing Stoicism in daily life. In our fast-paced, consumption-driven world, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to the fleeting nature of material happiness. This philosophy, born in the bustling streets of ancient Greece and refined in the grandeur of Rome, speaks directly to the heart of our modern struggles. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants, said Epictetus, capturing the essence of a Stoic's approach to life. Today we find ourselves ensnared in the relentless pursuit of material wealth, believing that the next purchase, a new car, the latest smartphone, an expensive watch, will finally grant us lasting happiness. Yet, as many of us have experienced, this joy is fleeting. The thrill of acquiring something new quickly fades, leaving us yearning for the next object of desire. Hedonic adaptation, the process by which we rapidly return to a baseline level of happiness regardless of positive or negative events, traps us in a cycle of constant wanting. Your brand new car will eventually break down, and that cutting-edge smartphone will soon become outdated. Even when our possessions remain functional, we grow bored and crave something newer and better. This relentless chase for material goods can leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled. However, Stoicism teaches us that true contentment comes from within, not from external possessions. He who is not content with what he has would not be content with what he would like to have, observed Socrates, reminding us that the key to happiness lies in our mindset. Implementing Stoicism in our daily lives requires a shift in perspective, a move away from external validation and towards internal contentment. This shift begins with practicing mindfulness and gratitude. By being fully present in the moment and appreciating what we already have, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace. Instead of longing for what we don't have, we can focus on the abundance already present in our lives. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor of Rome, advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By accepting that we cannot control external circumstances, but only our reactions to them, we can free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, recommended practicing poverty for a few days each month to remind ourselves that we can live happily with very little. This practice not only builds mental toughness, but also helps us appreciate the comforts we usually take for granted. Moreover, the Stoics believed in the interconnectedness of all human beings. They advocated for a life of virtue and service to others, viewing each individual as part of a larger community. Nature gave us one tongue and two ears so that we could hear twice as much as we speak, said Epictetus, highlighting the importance of empathy and active listening in our interactions. Incorporating Stoicism into our daily routines can be as simple as starting a journal. Writing down our thoughts, feelings, and reflections helps us gain clarity and maintain a Stoic mindset. Additionally, setting aside time each day for meditation or contemplation allows us to center ourselves and reinforce our Stoic principles. By regularly reviewing our actions and aligning them with our values, we can stay on the path of Stoicism. In today's world, where social media often amplifies feelings of inadequacy and comparison, Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective. Instead of measuring our worth by the standards of others, we can focus on our personal growth and inner peace. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor, said Seneca, reminding us that true wealth is found in contentment. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, the teachings of Stoicism provide timeless wisdom and practical tools for achieving lasting happiness. By embracing mindfulness, gratitude, and voluntary discomfort, and by focusing on what we can control while serving others, we can break free from the cycle of materialism and find true fulfillment. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By cultivating a Stoic mindset, we can transform our lives and thrive in any circumstance. 8. Voluntary discomfort. In our modern world, it's easy to get caught up in the cycle of consumerism. We're constantly bombarded with advertisements that tell us we need the latest gadget or the newest fashion trend to be happy. But the ancient Stoics teach us a different way to find contentment and peace. One of the most powerful practices they advocate is voluntary discomfort. This is where you intentionally choose to experience discomfort in areas of life where you typically seek pleasure. By doing this, you build resilience and learn to appreciate what you have, rather than always longing for more. Think about the dopamine rush you get when you buy something new. It feels great, doesn't it? But that feeling is fleeting, and soon you're looking for the next hit. Instead of getting trapped in this cycle, the Stoics suggest practicing voluntary discomfort. A simple and effective way to start is by taking cold showers instead of warm ones. At first, the shock of the cold water is jarring, but over time you get used to it and start to appreciate its invigorating effect. This small act trains your mind to be comfortable with discomfort, a skill that's invaluable in all areas of life. Consider your relationship with your phone. How often do you feel the need to upgrade to the latest model? The Stoics would encourage you to hold on to your current phone until it's truly unusable. Each time a new model is released, resist the urge to buy it. Let your phone accumulate cracks and slow down with age. By doing this, you break free from the cycle of constantly needing the newest thing and learn to be content with what you have. If this seems too daunting, start with smaller steps. Next time you go to the bathroom, leave your phone behind. Instead of scrolling through social media or the news, sit with your thoughts. This practice helps you become more mindful and present in the moment, rather than constantly seeking distraction. Or consider driving on a hot day. Roll up the windows and turn off the air conditioning. Feel the heat and let your body adapt to it. Better yet, if it's feasible, walk to your destination. These small acts of voluntary discomfort build your resilience and remind you that you don't need constant comfort to be happy. Let's look at a modern example. Imagine you're at a busy airport and your flight gets delayed. Most people would immediately pull out their phones, complain, or buy something to pass the time. But what if you saw this as an opportunity for voluntary discomfort? Sit quietly, people watch, or even meditate. Use the time to practice patience and mindfulness. This not only makes the wait more bearable, but also transforms it into a valuable learning experience. The essence of voluntary discomfort is to embrace the challenges and inconveniences of life rather than avoiding them. This mindset shift helps you appreciate the simple things and build mental toughness. It's about finding joy and contentment not in external comforts but in your inner resilience and ability to adapt. Think about the story of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he talks about how he found meaning and purpose even in the horrific conditions of concentration camps. Frankl's experience epitomizes the Stoic principle of finding strength in adversity. By practicing voluntary discomfort in our everyday lives, we can cultivate a similar strength, enabling us to face life's bigger challenges with grace and resilience. Now let's bring this back to your daily life. How often do you seek comfort and avoid discomfort? What if you challenge yourself to embrace discomfort even in small ways? For instance, instead of turning on the heater when you're cold, put on an extra layer of clothing and embrace the chill. Or when you're feeling stressed, instead of reaching for comfort food or a drink, take a moment to sit with your feelings and breathe through them. These practices are not about punishing yourself, but about training your mind and body to be adaptable and resilient. They help you realize that you don't need external comforts to be happy, and that true contentment comes from within. Consider this. How might your life change if you started embracing voluntary discomfort? What small steps can you take today to start building your resilience? By integrating these practices into your life, you'll find that you're not only more resilient, but also more appreciative of the comforts you do have. The practice of voluntary discomfort is a powerful tool for anyone looking to live a more stoic life. It teaches you to find joy and contentment in the present moment and helps you build the mental and emotional resilience needed to face life's challenges. So the next time you find yourself reaching for comfort, pause and ask yourself, how can I use this moment to practice voluntary discomfort and grow stronger? By doing so, you'll be taking a significant step on your path to becoming a modern Stoic. 9. Marcus Aurelius and his meditations. Marcus Aurelius, the revered emperor of Rome, stands as a shining example of a leader who embodied the principles of Stoic philosophy. His reign from 161 CE until his death in 180 CE is often lauded, perhaps embellished by history, as the era of the philosopher king. Think about the immense pressures and responsibilities that came with ruling the vast Roman Empire. To manage these, Marcus Aurelius turned to Stoicism, writing down his thoughts and reflections not for public consumption, but as a personal guide to navigate the trials of leadership and life. These writings, now known as Meditations or the Inner Citadel, offer a profound glimpse into his application of Stoic principles in everyday governance and personal conduct. The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius are a treasure trove of wisdom, encapsulating the essence of Stoic philosophy. Picture this. Amidst the chaos of managing an empire, Marcus Aurelius would retreat into his thoughts, penning down reflections that resonated with the core tenets of Stoicism. These meditations were his sanctuary, a place where he could reinforce his resolve and remind himself of the Stoic virtues. This practice is something we can all relate to, whether we are managing a business, handling family responsibilities, or simply navigating the complexities of modern life. One of the most compelling aspects of Marcus Aurelius's meditations is how relatable his reflections are, even today. For instance, he writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote underscores a fundamental Stoic belief. Our inner world, our thoughts and reactions are within our control, even when the external world is not. How often do we find ourselves stressed by circumstances beyond our control? By embracing this Stoic principle, we can shift our focus inward, cultivating resilience and peace. Another profound quote from Meditations is, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This reminds us that our mindset shapes our reality. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in negativity or external validation. However, by nurturing positive and constructive thoughts, we can enhance our well-being. How can you start cultivating this mindset today? Maybe it's by practicing gratitude, engaging in self-reflection, or setting aside time for mindfulness. Marcus Aurelius also emphasized the transient nature of life and the importance of living in accordance with our values. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This call to action encourages us to live authentically and ethically, rather than merely discussing these ideals. Reflect on your daily actions and decisions. Are they aligned with your core values? How can you embody the virtues you admire in others? Aurelius's meditations frequently return to the theme of acceptance and the natural order of things. He states, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This quote beautifully encapsulates the Stoic practice of amor fati, or love of fate. Embracing the present moment and the people in our lives, without resistance, fosters a sense of contentment and harmony. Consider how this perspective might change your interactions and relationships. What would happen if you approached each moment in person with acceptance and love? In the modern world, we are bombarded with distractions and constant demands on our attention. Marcus Aurelius's writings remind us to seek solitude and introspection. He wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This is a powerful reminder to carve out time for self-reflection, away from the noise of daily life. How can you create moments of quiet and introspection in your routine? Perhaps through meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius also extends to dealing with adversity. He famously noted, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This reflects the Stoic principle that obstacles can become opportunities for growth. Think about a recent challenge you faced. How did it shape you? What did you learn from it? By viewing obstacles as opportunities, we can transform our approach to life's difficulties, finding strength and growth in the face of adversity. Stoicism, as practiced by Marcus Aurelius, is not about suppressing emotions or detachment. Rather, it's about cultivating an inner strength that allows us to face life's challenges with grace and equanimity. He wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." This powerful reminder encourages us to live fully and courageously, embracing each moment with a sense of purpose and presence. How can you start living more fully today? What passions or pursuits have you been postponing? By integrating the teachings of Marcus Aurelius into our lives, we can navigate the modern world with greater clarity and resilience. His meditations serve as a guide, encouraging us to take control of our minds, align our actions with our values, and find strength in adversity. As you reflect on these principles, consider how they can be applied to your own life. What steps can you take to embrace the path of Stoicism? How can you cultivate a mindset that fosters peace, purpose, and resilience? In essence, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and his meditations offers timeless guidance for anyone seeking to live a more meaningful and resilient life. By reflecting on his words and integrating Stoic principles into our daily routines, we can find strength in our inner citadel, navigate life's challenges with grace, and live with greater purpose and clarity. What changes can you make today to start your journey on the path of Stoicism? Stripping away illusions. In a world that constantly bombards us with superficial values and materialistic ideals, the path of Stoicism offers a refreshing and profound way to navigate life's complexities. Stoicism teaches us to see things as they truly are, free from the illusions and superficial glamour that society often imposes on us. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, advised, we should employ the mind in all parts of life. When things occur which at first seem worthy of high estimation, we should strip them naked and view their meanness, and cast aside these pompous descriptions of them by which they seem so glorious. This timeless wisdom encourages us to look beyond the surface and understand the true nature of things, allowing us to live more grounded and content lives. Marcus Aurelius had a habit of reflecting on the nature of his food, stripping away the pleasures and sensations to see it for what it truly was. A fish, for instance, is just flesh, necessary to sustain you. By focusing on its fundamental purpose, he ignored the pleasing tastes and satisfaction of filling up. This practice is not just about food, but can be applied to all aspects of life. When you bring your favorite lunch to work, break it down into its most basic components. The salad is just leaves and the fruit of a plant. Croutons are merely wheat, smashed into flour, combined with yeast to make bread, then cut into pieces, dried and baked. By seeing food in this way, you free yourself from the burden of craving or disappointment. When the waiter gets your order wrong or you're stuck with a lunch you don't love, it becomes easier to accept it without distress. Lunch is simply raw materials to provide you with energy. This Stoic practice of stripping away illusions can be extended to other areas of our lives. Consider the material possessions we often cherish. A luxurious car is essentially metal, plastic, and fabric assembled to transport us from one place to another. The latest smartphone is merely a combination of glass, metal, and electronics designed to facilitate communication. By reducing these objects to their basic components, we can appreciate their utility without being enslaved by a desire for more. Applying this mindset to our relationships can also be liberating. Instead of focusing on the outward appearances or social status of others, we should look at their true character and actions. As Epictetus, another renowned Stoic philosopher, stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By valuing people for their virtues rather than their possessions or status, we build deeper, more meaningful connections. In modern life, we are constantly tempted by advertisements that portray products as gateways to happiness and fulfillment. However, the teachings of Stoicism remind us that true contentment comes from within. The pleasure derived from material goods is fleeting, but the peace that comes from self-discipline and understanding the nature of things is lasting. As Seneca wisely put it, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By cultivating an attitude of gratitude and recognizing the simple necessities of life, we can achieve a state of tranquility and satisfaction. For instance, in our careers, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of promotions, accolades, and higher salaries. While striving for success is not inherently bad, it is essential to remember that a job, at its core, is a means to provide for ourselves and our families. By focusing on the purpose of our work, and not just the rewards, we can find greater satisfaction and less stress in our professional lives. The same principle can be applied to personal achievements and social recognition. We often seek validation and praise from others, but true fulfillment comes from knowing that we have done our best and acted with integrity. As Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. By concentrating on our actions and their alignment with our values, we liberate ourselves from the need for external validation. In relationships, focusing on genuine qualities rather than superficial attributes leads to more substantial and rewarding connections. When we see people for who they truly are, we can appreciate their inherent worth and foster relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. This approach not only strengthens our bonds with others, but also aligns with the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with nature and reason. By stripping away illusions and seeing things as they truly are, we free ourselves from unnecessary desires and disappointments. This Stoic practice allows us to live more mindfully and contentedly, finding joy in the simple and essential aspects of life. It teaches us to value what truly matters and to remain resilient in the face of life's challenges. As you embark on this journey of Stoicism, remember the wisdom of Epictetus. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. By mastering our perceptions and desires, we become better equipped to navigate the modern world with a serene mind and resilient spirit, finding peace and contentment in every moment. As we conclude this journey on the path of Stoicism, how to become a Stoic in the modern world, let's take a moment to reflect on the immense power of these mental tools. Stoicism offers profound guidance through life's inevitable ups and downs, enabling you to confront each challenge with the calm and resilience that defines a true Stoic. By embracing emotional indifference to the unpredictable nature of the universe, you strengthen your inner citadel, preparing yourself for both good and bad fortune with equal poise. Imagine navigating through your daily life with this fortified mindset, where external circumstances no longer dictate your inner peace. Whether you're facing a personal setback or celebrating a triumph, Stoicism teaches you to remain centered, grounded, and unwavering. This practice not only fosters personal growth, but also cultivates a deep sense of contentment and happiness. I encourage you to actively apply these Stoic principles in your everyday routine. Start by practicing mindfulness, reflecting on what is within your control, and letting go of what is not. Observe your reactions, and gradually train yourself to respond with calmness and rationality. As you do, you'll notice a transformation in how you perceive and handle life's challenges. How do you plan to incorporate Stoic practices into your routine? What changes have you already observed in your mindset or behavior? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your journey and insights can inspire and help others on their path to becoming a Stoic. Don't forget to subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more in-depth discussions and practical guidance on embracing Stoicism in our modern world. Together, let's build a community of resilient, wise, and serene individuals, ready to face whatever life throws our way.